of the House Democratic Leadership, Congresswoman Sherry Bustos, co-chair of the Democratic Policy and Communications Committee. Good evening.
Good evening, Greta.
All right. Where do you stand on this investigation? Because a lot of the Democrats are very aggressive in what they're saying. You've heard some use the word impeachment, but it is a fact that you get outside Washington, the president has a huge volume of people who support him and who voted for him. So where are you on this?
Well, our guiding star has to be to do what's right, first of all. But, you know, here's where I come from. I represent the north part of the state of Illinois. It's a district that Donald Trump won, and I won by 20 points, but so that means that for basically every one out of every 5 voters that voted for me also voted for Donald Trump. So I come from a swing district, and when I go home and I do a supermarket Saturday, walk the aisles and just talk to everyday people about this, they're not mentioning the I word. What they want to do is make sure that we get to the bottom of this, that we get to the truth, and that's what I'm pushing for.
So, you know, one of the things that, I mean, that we've got the sort of the political noise here in Washington. There's a lot going back and forth on either side. But, you know, do you think the president interfered with an investigation?
Well, you know, I gave a speech on the House floor where I used the old phrase that I'm a former journalist, Greta, so you know this, but it's where there's smoke, there's typically fire, and that smoke is billowing out of the White House. There are a lot of signs that there's a problem here, and that's why we're calling for an independent investigation into this, the 9/11 style commission, so we can figure out what happened and make sure that it doesn't happen again. It's why we're very pleased with the fact that we now have a special prosecutor looking into this, a guy who's got the utmost integrity. And, you know, the American public just wants to get to the bottom of this. And I think the thing that is not talked about as much as it should be, but with all of these diversions that are coming out of the midnight tweets and what seems to be bad behavior, is that we're not focusing on what people in middle America, like I represent, want us to focus on. You know, we need to get a highway bill passed. Candidate Trump talked about $1 trillion infrastructure package. Well, now President Trump, you know, let's focus on that instead of all of this other thing.
I think he'd probably be really happy to do that. I mean, he probably hates the investigation more than you might hate it. Congressman, thank you for joining us. I hope you come back.